Hi everyone, welcome back to another anime review. We are reviewing an anime called Gurren Lagann, I think it's called. I forget what it's called. It is raining, so if you hear raindrops, that's why. If it pours rain, that's why. But anyway, we have ourselves Gurren Lagann. Now, there are four main characters. The first main character is Simone. Simone is the main character. He wears goggles and he loves to drill holes. They live underground. But in the beginning of the first episode, robots start attacking the whole entire city, and they decide to fly up and fight him with a robot that they found while he was digging holes. The key to making sure this robot turns on is a key. There's a keyhole where it's like a drill, and you turn it like a key. That's what the main gist of it is. So that's the main gist of Simone. Now he's the main protagonist. He decides to fight and learn how to fight his way to the victory. He never gives up. He's always fighting on, and he doesn't. He just goes head first in there. But I'll get into that later. First season defeats the final boss, final villain, and then in the second season, the final villain from the first season decides to help them out, even though he's gonna die in the end. Which is kind of fucking interesting because the final villain in the first season decides to how do I put this? One of his cronies, he gives him immortality. He's like a half human, half beast. He gives him immortality, and he decides to give him he wants him to become a storyteller. That made me think that, oh wait, so he's gonna be Magilu from Tales of Berseria in Tales of Azaria, because if you must know, Magilu is a character in Tales of Berseria that lives a long time because they're a storyteller. They're not supposed to intervene with human beings and stuff. Well, she can interact with them, but she can't tell you how the history works and stuff like that because it's taboo. Like in Tales of Azaria, where Magilu dies pretty much. Well, Maven, sort of. But anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, now then, when they kill the first, when Simone defeats the villain outside of the crust, because the human beings are living on the ground, and then when when they destroy the people that are the things that are killing them when they go up in the surface, they decide to build a city, which is perfectly fine. It's a functional city and stuff like that. And the thing about that, and this is the main thing I have a problem with, is that the second season, his girlfriend slash future wife, sort of, which I'll get into her later, decides to be a messenger towards a messenger for the main villain of the second season. And when the messenger comes in and broadcasts it through the world, people want Simone dead, so he is sentenced to death by the government, that he says. And the funny thing is that same government got saved by him at the very end of the anime, and Simone decides to marry the girl that he saved. However, she ends up dying, and then all hell breaks loose. The ending fucking sucks. Okay, I'm just gonna give it to you right now. The ending fucking sucks. It felt like fucking Darling to Frank. It's like the same fucking ending, sort of. Like when his wife dies, he has no emotions. He's like happy and he doesn't give a fuck. Like at least with the second main character, which is, I forget his name, but he wears weird sunglasses. He has a crush on one of the other main characters, and the other main character emotionally, she's really thing. I'll get into her later. But he's the main reason why Simone moves forward in life in the first 8 episodes. Why am I saying the first 8 episodes? Because in the 8th episode he fucking dies. And I'm like, what the fuck? He does show up every now and again in the second season and later on in the first season. But pretty much that's what he does. He steals a fucking robot from the enemy and decides to combine the fucking head that Simone found and combine them so they can be even more powerful. And then when they do that, other human beings are doing the same shit that they're doing, stealing the tech that they're doing with the mechs, because human beings don't have mechs. So when Simone and his brother, I'm gonna call him his brother for this, steal a mech. Every human being on the surface knows about it, and then they decide to do the same shit, and that's the main reason why they save it. So that's the main gist of it. Um, so here's the thing: the first season, he's not. He's pretty much the main focal point of the first 8 episodes. Once he dies, Simone goes into this depression for 3 episodes, which in the first episode he's depressed, but then he finds a girl who is the princess of the Drill King, and the Drill King that they're trying to defeat, which makes no fucking sense. Which, by the way, the Drill King saves helps them out in the second season, even though he dies. Even though in the second season, even though they killed him, in the second season he's just a fucking talking head, pretty much. He's like fucking. Is this a zombie anime where the main character loses his head and he's still fucking talking like a fucking jackass? But anyway, that's the main gist of him. He doesn't really do that much. He acts like a total dick in the first season. He wants the human race to be killed because he knows more than what's going on, and he knows the main villain of the galactical thing. But he also has a daughter, is a princess. The princess is very, very, how do I say it? Very, very airheadish, and she can't fucking cook. She also dies at the very end, like I said before, but she's also the messenger of the main villain in the second season, which Simone tries to save, but he ends up saving her, but then she ends up dying for no reason, and it's just plain chaos and fucking pursuit. Now, as for the fourth main character, the girl with the red hair, she's a hot babe, and she's very hot. She wears a top bikini, and she wears shorts. She dresses up like one of those freaking people out walking on the streets on a hot day. Problem is, the best thing about is she doesn't have any problems. She gets more emotional because she falls in love with the guy with the sunglasses, Simone's brother. And he ends up dying after she kisses him the episode before, or the same episode. He ends up dying during that thing, and she gets all emotional and stuff. Same goes for the blonde guy who falls in love with her, which he is a side character, so to speak. But he decides to push forward with the group when Simone's in his depression state, which he ends up dying as well. But he decides to help out, which I knew he was gonna die at some point because of the fact of the matter is that, how do I say this? When he kissed the girl with the red hair in the like 25th or 26th episode, I knew he was gonna die at some point because of the fact of the matter is that he had the kiss of death of her, but whatever. But she gets a lot of trauma. But the only good thing about her is that she's very good with a sniper rifle. She knows how to shoot fucking shit with a sniper rifle. Case in point, she does it with the big giant fucking robot, and she's very good at shooting shit with a sniper rifle. I wish she had a silencer, which I kind of knew somewhat of her because of a rap cipher from Sharpshooter from, I think it was Night King or whatever the hell his name is. He made a rap cipher about all this anime sharpshooters with Trigun and all those types of animes like One Piece and stuff. But whatever. Anyway, that's here or there. So those are the 4 main characters. Now the anime, I think the first season's solid. I did not like episode 16. Just because it's just a fucking recap episode, which kind of pisses me off. Episode 17 through 27 is the second season. First starts off slow, and then it's just complete chaos after that because of the fact that they send him to trial. He gets sentenced to death. He doesn't get sentenced to death. He goes to jail. And the thing is that when he goes to jail, all of the people that are sent to jail to him decide to help beat the crap out of him because they don't like each other. But anyway, all the people that are sent to jail are because of him because they're all animals and human-sized beast things. But the thing about him, and this is the main thing I have a problem with the second season, is the fact that the first season structure-wise was really good because it was human beings trying to move up to the Earth's surface and trying to make a living off the Earth's surface, which is a good plot. However, the second season makes no fucking sense because at the very end of the season, of season 2, which is the final season, their fights are fucking in the fucking outer space, and the fact of the matter is that the whole entire fucking anime makes no fucking sense. Like they're using fucking galact galaxies like the main villains throwing fucking Milky Ways at people at the fucking giant robot, which I'm like, what the fuck? Were just trying to fight on Earth and now we're in outer space? Like, why? There's no fucking consistency here. But I don't understand why this is not case in point. And the fact that the ending fucking sucks. I mean, I've never seen an inconsistent anime from the second season alone. I think the second season is probably the worst thing of the anime. The first season was completely solid. I understand it. And that's the main thing I love about it. Second season, however, I did not like, and the thing that pisses me off the most is that there's a between the first season and the second season, there's a 7-year time skip, so all the characters are older in the second season, which makes no fucking sense. And the fact that one of the main characters that helps Simone decides to be an asshole by sentencing him to death because he's a fucking dipshit, and then almost at the very end of the anime, before he thinks that he's being stupid and being wrong, he decides to go back to the place that Simone found him. And the thing that kind of pisses him off, the thing that kind of interests me about the anime, is the fact that he tries to end his life because he thinks he's done wrong. But the weirdest thing is that the robot mech, what the hell, Lagann, is so far away from him, so he warps himself there. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, you have battles and aliens, and you go fight aliens like in outer space throwing Milky Way stuff, and then you can fucking warp to different from long periods of time in a short period of time. What the hell is this fucking, like, what the fuck? I don't understand this fucking logic of the second season. It's like a coherent fucking mess. It's like no fucking plot, no fucking thing. On top of that, the main character Simone in the first season, and this is the only thing I have a problem with, is the fact that he gets over the death of his brother very too quickly. I mean, he's in the Shattered in like two episodes in. And then the third episode, they get kidnapped. But when they get kidnapped and they're about to be sentenced to death, he starts digging a hole and he's completely fucking fine. Like, I need more context on why he's that way. But anyway, the music of this anime was good. The soundtrack's good. It has a guitar riff. It's really fucking good. I like it. But I'm giving this anime a 6 out of 10. I love the battles. I love the solid first season. But after episode 15, it kind of goes downhill after that. And that's what my opinion is. What are you guys' thoughts on Gurren Lagann? I mean, it's a good anime, first season anyway. I think the first season makes up for how bad the fucking second season is. My main problem is the fact that episode 16 is a fucking recap episode of the first season. The second season is in a whole coherent fucking mess because you're not fighting for the world. You're fighting for the whole entire galaxy, and you fight outer space. You can warp you can time warp everywhere, and the fact that in episode 26, all the main characters go into different types of like timelines or galaxies where the characters act completely fucking different, and I don't understand that problem. I don't understand what the hell is going on. But I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. I like the action-packed anime too. I also like the main character. The girl with the red hair is very fucking hot. She's also good. But they do show them at the very end of the anime that they're all living happily, and all the main characters are kind of old nowadays. But I'm giving this one a 6. What are you guys' thoughts on this anime? This anime took a long time to freaking review because of the fact that the second season is a coherent fucking mess. And episode 16 is just a recap episode of the first 15 episodes, which I think the first 15 episodes, if they just did the first 15 episodes and that's it, and have a good ending after that, I will give this anime an 8 out of 10. But since the second season kind of fucking went downhill after that, in my honest opinion, and the ending fucking sucks, I'm giving this anime a 6 out of 10. It's still pretty good, but my suggestion to you is just watch the first season, and that's the first 15 episodes, and then you're good to go. Although you might not understand why some of the characters die, because most of the characters from the first season die in the second season, but that's up to you guys. So I hope you guys have a nice positive day. Always stay positive. And the next anime review, the next long anime is Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, which I'm gonna go into later. But I hope you guys have a nice positive day, and always stay positive.